I mean, the consumer is so much smarter. They know so much more. I mean, I've got 22-year-olds rolling around and they're like, Gary, you got any pick pool in the store? I'm like, Jesus, things have changed. You know, people are so much more educated. We live in a very emotional, passionate industry. There's so much upside for us. But what's happening is we are not embracing quick enough the new technologies. I'm happy with what I'm seeing, but there's so much more that can be done. And most of all, and this is the big part, I would say 95% of the people in this room do not view social media as anything other than a tactic or a campaign. And that's where you're going to lose. See, what social is the way that marketing is going to be. What you may not know about these millennials is this. They've been marketed to from the second they started breathing. And their bullshit radar is dramatically better than yours. And that's why we're seeing people concerned about the premium for the sake of premium. Because these new consumers don't care. They don't care even about Parker, and they don't even care about Seller Tracker, because, you know, everybody talks about Seller Tracker being a new thing. Well, listen, those are fake. Listen, I just trained a new wine guy. He's been tasting wine for 2.5 weeks. He's leaving a crap load of scores on Seller Tracker. Should his average matter as much as yours? Probably not. But he's moving the number, and the new consumers know that because they're living in a world with Yelp, and they know the downfalls of that. You know, the problem is people hear buzzwords and they just think this is the new thing, right? There's a whole lot of lazy work being put into the marketing, and more importantly, the guy who built this town. I mean, yes, and I give tons of respect to the Joe Heitzes in the world and other people, but Robert Mondavi went and shook a shitload of hands. He went and put this brand on his back in a lot of ways. If you really look at what happened there and how much he hit the market, you know, there's always going to be that. I want you to virtually hit the market. You can sit nice and cozy in your winery tasting room that's all marbled out and engage with fans every day of the week. That is absolutely in play, and it costs you nothing. The fact that Ustream and Skype and all these platforms are in place and they cost you no overhead other than actually caring about the end user is very fascinating to me. When I started Wine Library TV, I wasn't a known commodity. You know, people might have known my store. We've been around for a little while, but the consumers definitely didn't know me. You know what I did? I went on a site called Surmise.com, which is now search.twitter.com. And I sat on there in 2007 for 10 hours a day, and I searched the word Chardonnay, Merlot, Pinot Grigio, Napa, Languedoc, Tokai, on and on and on. And I engaged with every single person that was talking about wine on very small, early on Twitter. And guess what else I did? I didn't act like a 19-year-old dude and tried to close them in the first action. What I did was I engaged with them. You know, when somebody said, thinking about having a Chardonnay tonight, I didn't reply to them saying, oh, I'll give you free shipping at winelibrary.com for any Chard you want. And I didn't say, oh, so weird, I just did a big Chardonnay show last week. I didn't do either one of those things, which, by the way, I watch a lot of your engagements, wineries, on social media, and guess what? That's what you're all about. Open house this, $2 off now, do this, we're tasting here, push, 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 push. It's all you guys do. It's all that everybody does. I do it too. Push, 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 push.